because I thought my life was just over. I thought that was just the end of everything.
The same constitution of the country, in section 27, it also provides us with the right to sexual and reproductive health rights services.
I can't. I will die with this secret on my family side. Because I can't tell them. It will hurt my mother. It will hurt my kids.
I want justice.
Commander-in-Chief, the President of the Ethnic Emancipation Movement, the officials, commissars, and fellow fighters. My name is Rebecca Mohlala. I'm a member of the Central Command Team and the War Council. The state has waged a war against women in South Africa. We need to stand up and fight against these injustices, abuse, violence, and the level of inequality against women in order to restore their dignity. Now is the time to fight with all means possible to restore lives and the dignity of women in the whole entire continent. We need to have the courage of 20,000 women of 1956 who staged a demonstration by marching to Union Building in Pretoria to present a petition against the carrying of passes against the apartheid regime. The issue of forced and coerced sterilization is still a curse to this country today, as it continues to happen without consequences. Every day in South Africa, women are sterilized illegally by immoral medical practitioners under the watch of the current regime. This has first manifested itself from the apartheid regime, which we view as a depopulation program targeting Black nation. Women get sterilized when they are going to give birth. Others are sterilized due to their HIV status. Some doctors use the time upon which they were not fit and proper to take rational decisions to coerce them into sterilization without their consent, thus permanently denying them their rights to bear children in future. Join us today as we speak to Spindile Mgadi, one of the sterilization victims. I am here with Spindile Mgadi from KZN.
Yes.
Spindile is from KZN, at an area called
Mayville.
Mayville in Devon.
Yes.
Yeah. So she went through hardship in her life with regards to the issue of sterilization. So I'm here today to hear from her what really happened. So, the question engifuna ukubuza yona ukuthi what is your background? Ubuyaphi ekhaya? And then what was your goals empilweni yakho? And what was your dreams empilweni yakho? What is that you wanted to be in future? That is my question.
Igama lami nguSphindile Mqadi. Ngizoba na 22 this year. Currently ngifunda at Richfield College. Bengihlala eDurban, ngimuve this side eGoli. I think it was last year. Bengihlala nogogo la, but ngihlala khona ugogo wami. It was me, my granny, and some of my cousins. Bengahlala noma. Ngibengifunda eBonela Secondary, and I'm a high school dropout. But my dreams were to become a marine biologist. Along the run, things happened, and I really did get abused emotionally and mentally in a way. So, yeah.
Okay. So, we are here today, Spindile, regarding the issue of sterilization. And then this is really good to know you are one of them. So, can you take us through what happened?
Okay. I'm 15. And I'm 15. So when I was 15 years old, I was going to give birth, and I was given a consent form to sign at the age of 15. And then I gave birth, got discharged on the 12th of August, and on 13 August, which was my birthday, I was turning 16. And when I was discharged from that hospital, I had a very bad smell. So ke ngibuya nomani ingane yami and eceleni komthungo wami kade kuvulekiwe ngesuku lesi-12 ngidischarge. So then ke ngafika ngomhla ka-13 August 2014 ngizoreport indaba ukuthi ade ngidischargiwe la ekhaya izolo. Bengifika ngitshela udokotela ukuthi okay dokotela ngidischargiwe la izolo and benginuka and umthungo wami uvuleke ngoba ngiphuma la esibhedlela. So bathatha ama-samples babuya now after 30 minutes or so. But kumele sikhiphe isibeletho and udokotela refer to we have to remove your womb. So without no knowledge of knowing what is a womb, I said okay, if I remove, what's gonna happen? I was told that it's either I'm gonna die or either my lower body won't work. So without me knowing,
so are you saying that you did not understand Uti? What the way to move?
Not at all. Mingazi lutho.
Okay. But you did not even ask.
I didn't even. Yes, angibuzanga nanokubuza because bengayitshela it was something serious or intezo uzongihlukumeza like njengamanje ubingihlukumeza. So ngavele ngasign consent form, banikeza uma consent form ukuthi akasayine uma umuntu ongakwazi ukufunda, umuntu ongakwazi ukubhala. But kunezinto akwaziyo vele ukuyibhala which is igama lakho yakwazi ukubhala nesibongo sakhe nenamba yakhe. But ungasimfundise enye into uma akayazi leyo nto. Uma akazi ukuthi yini lokho o yini lokho ungasimfundise phansi ngoba ngisho nesizulu omzulu akwazi ukusifunda. So bamneze consent form umana ukuthi asayine abamchazela ukuthi kwenzakalani. Nami bengazi ukuthi isibeletho kahle kahle yini and ngoba sikhishwelani noma bechaza bona ukuthi okay udokotela uthe kumina isingezansi sakho sibolile kumele sisikhiphe bese ngasikhiphe it's either uyashona or your lower body won't work. So without me knowing what was a womb and ukuthi ekugcineni ukuthi izongihlukumeza kangakanani and ngokuthi ngize ngikhishwe isibeletho kwenzakaleni angichazelwanga into eyiningi but still ngasayina because babethi it's an emergency C-section emele siyiperforme manje. So I agreed without no understanding to what was really happening. And I've been in the hospitals up and down, the operator. I've done 3 operations.
Things. What did they say to you? What was that? Why did they said they are saving your life? Why did they remove the womb? What did they say to you?
Well, basically, I will go back to this whole thing of the smell. First thing out of all, I got the smell while I was in hospital. I was obviously 15 years old. It was my first time carrying a baby in my stomach. I was not aware of anything that was happening. The worst part is that there was even a nurse who came to me who screamed at me on that day. I think it was the 3rd day who started screaming at me saying, Mom Kati, you're like just busy making babies at a very young age. I was you must go to the nursery and go. I was not aware of that. How can you scream at me when I'm not aware of something? Such things. So with the smell, I had the smell when I was in hospital. I was perfectly normal. I was doing the checkups I was clinicking in the King Edward Hospital, at the King Edward Hospital. So they told me that before they said to me, I'm going to do an emergency C-section. Before that, I was doing my checkups there, so they said I was normal. I'm not positive. I'm not HIV positive. I don't have any diseases under or anything. So I know I did checkups there. So if I did have a problem, it would have stated on my file that no, you have a problem with this and that. So I was gonna deliver normal birth. You understand? So, but then the smell started coming out. I did not understand what was it. I thought it was just part of the procedure. As you give birth, this is what happens. But I started getting worried at some point when the day when they discharged me from that hospital, and on the side opened, when just a small patch like this small, it opened up. So when it opened up, I started realizing that no, this is not normal. From the smell to the opening of, if it was closed properly and they did the C-section, I mean the surgery okay or proper, I don't believe that it should be opening up. Do you understand? So when it opened up, I started also getting worried, and I told my granny about it. My granny said, if this thing is still coming out till morning, then we're going to rush you to the hospital. So I was with the smell in hospital, and the doctors used to come and see me every day for checkups. Like normally at 9 o'clock, doctors will come and examine your C-section, whether it's okay, or if there's anything wrong. So during that process of them coming to see and doing the checkups, why couldn't they get that smell? Because I could get it. The nurses, because normally nurses will always be moving around. They could get the smell. So why they couldn't get the smell, and why did it my C-section open up.
And then how did this sterilization affect your life? I know you are a woman, maybe you want to have a family in life. So how did it affect your life?
Well,
positive or negative?
It's negative because I was doing grade 10 at that time. I was doing grade 10. I was busy with my studies, and after grade 10 I decided to leave school because this whole story ended up in school. A lot of people actually ended up knowing my whole story in school. Like, rumors move very fast, they spread very fast. So when they started knowing about it, I dropped out in grade 11 and I became wild. I did not see my son for about a year or 2 years. I was
No, it's not. No. Look at me. He's strong. We are here actually to assist you. We are here to assist you. We are here for you, to assist you.
yeah. So that gap of not seeing my son for about a year or so, it does abuse me a lot. I didn't see him for some quite time. I ended up being with wrong people in life because I thought my life was just over. I thought that was just the end of everything. Us black people, we've got this mentality, Yoguti. As a woman, you need to pay your husband kids. In order for you to be called a woman, is you need to bear kids. You need to be your womb must be able to bear kids. So as much as I was still young, I didn't have an understanding to what was happening. I had this thing where it's okay, I'm not gonna give birth again. Yeah, that's life. And I got disrupted from my studies. I dropped out in school. I never stayed at home. I just became that different person. It really did affect me a lot. But up till today, I still stand strong and I'm able to go back to school and study. It's been 6 years and I feel that I want justice, and I know it's not something that's gonna happen now. It's not something that's gonna happen anytime soon, even though we've been fighting these cases. I mean, a lot of people in the department is aware of this thing, and how I feel about it, I wouldn't explain because it's a feeling that I get it alone when these guys from the department are not there helping out emotionally, So about the feeling, I'm just alone, In fact, I'm not really alone because I have Usisbonge, That's one person who I feel is my psychologist, and she's helping me throughout this whole thing. And I believe if she didn't jump in my life, I wouldn't be gathering my life right now like the way it is compared to what I was and what I am right now. It's two different things. So with support, I've been alone for a while, but I finally found people that understand me. This whole process of knowing that you don't have a womb, you'll never give birth ever again, and your emotions, how your emotions will be. Today you'll be okay, the next day you're not okay. So the feeling, it's just a feeling.
Okay, it was 1999. Lapho ngahamba khona ngayo esibhedlela. Mangifika esibhedlela, private hospital, udokotela ngenxa ye-status sami wangitshela ukuthi kuzomele ngisheshe ngidelive umntwana ngenziwe i-C-section. But i-C-section was not like into engangiyifunda. Into engangiyifunda ukuthi kube i-natural birth. Kwasho ukuthi ngendlela asho ngayo udokotela ukuthi because of my status, mina if ngifall pregnant again, I'm gonna die. So I was like threatened and nginovalo lokuthi if ngempela ngifall pregnant again, ngizoshona because of my status. So ngagcina ngisho ukuthi okay, it's fine if udokotela ebona ngaleyo ndlela. Kulungile because angiyena udokotela angazi ama-complications abakhona kumuntu okuyi-status sami. Wayese should base bengitshela ukuthi mina I was true like ukuba nengane at the end of January, but I ended up to having Ghana in the mid of January. Like 2 weeks before due date yami ukuthi kumele ngizomenza i-C-section. Ngahamba-ke ngaleyo date ekuseni ngayokwenziwa i-C-section. Wayesengitshela kudokotela ethi emva kwe-C-section bazongisterilize, bazongivala inzalo. It's painful.
No, don't know. Call me. Don't worry. Please stop. We are here to...
Into engiphila nayo almost every day. Not knowing ukuthi at that age I was gonna have ingane or ezinye ingane, but because of i-status sami ngaphoqeleka ukuthi ngivalwe ngingaqhubeki nokuba nabantwana. Every time ngibona umuntu onengane bengifila bad, ngibe ngizizonda mina ukuthi why, but it was not my intention ukuthi ngiyenze leyo nto leyo. I was forced to do it because ngangisatshisiwe. And kuhamba kwesikhathi there was time lapho kwakunomuntu wayefuna ukuthi siqhubeke nempilo naye, but due to i-situation engikuyona I said no, but he didn't know why I said no, because I was scared ukumtshela ukuthi I cannot have children for him. So it's been hurting me for years. Even my family, I haven't told my family ukuthi kunesimo kanjani empilweni yami. I'm living with a burden in my shoulders because it's hard to tell them ukuthi nginenkinga ekanje. They only know ukuthi i-status sami sithini, but they don't know ukuthi what happened kuleso status sami along the way. I can't tell them. I can't.
So
I will die with this secret on my family side. Because I can't tell them. It will hurt my mother, it will hurt my kids. Yes.
Mama, manje ngiyakubona isandla sakho ngathi ukhubazekile. It seems like ushayile stroke or...
Yes, I had a stroke in 2008. Yeah.
The reason why you had this, the doctors never told you what happened. What's wrong? Why do you have this thing?
You know, my doctors ngendlela nabasho ngayo, but I know ukuthi somewhere somehow kwakunayi pressure yokuthi ngiphila nale secrecy, and then it put a lot of pressure in me. So I think it was part of it.
Then
ukuthi ngine pressure, ngine stress. So ukuthi by that time I lost almost izinto eziningi ngabe ngazi-achieve empilweni, like ukuthola umshado, ngibe nabantwana abanye out of labo enginabo. So kwagcina leyo nto ilokhu ingidla every day, ingifakela i-pressure. Ngagcina sengiba lesi simo engikusona.
Then enye into lengifuna uyithola, wayenza isiza wayenza kusiphi isibhedlela na?
Ngayenza at the Bay Hospital.
It's a private hospital.
It's a private hospital at the Bay, yes.
And then the doctors advise you to
do it.
To do this thing.
Yes. My gynecologist.
And the reason was, what was the reason?
The reason
You're gonna die.
Yes, I'm gonna die. If I fall pregnant again, I'm gonna die because of my status.
So your status, you are saying you are infected by HIV/AIDS.
Yes, about HIV and AIDS.
And then,
yeah.
No, sijiyele mama. And then enye into lengifuna ukuyithola kuwena, ufuna isizo lakho, like you, how do you want the EFF to assist you? Sikusize kanjani thina si-EFF kule nkinga yakho?
I don't know what to say, but even at least like counseling emotionally, and maybe if possible, I know money won't change anything. It won't change.
It won't change anything. It won't reverse anything.
No.
Sizwile ukuthi unengithothi igama lakho bani?
Oh, Nkosi Mphile
Majolo. Okay. Yes. So ngicela usithathe through ukuthi wayenzakala.
Ngakhulela nto kushuthi yena vele ngibe ngiaffectekile. So ngesikhathi yena sengifika ke esibhedlela ke base kutholakala ukuthi kahle kulokhu affecteka kwami kuphindeke kabili khona nane TB phakathi base bethi bazongihliza bengikhiphe ingane le ukuze ngikwazi ukuqala i-treatment. Emveni kwalokho ke okungivala cha bengakaze bengitshele okungivala bangitshele sengizothini sengisembhedeni kanje uthi nange and emveni kwalokho sokuvala ngoba vele njengoba nje kanje akufanele lokhu yazala. So manje lento yangihlukumeza ngoba manje ngangazi ukuthi into yokuthi na bangathi mangabe ngiqaba bathi ngizoshona ngizofa.
Kusho kunesi esibhedlela.
Wayitolika utolika wakhe udokotela wayesho bese yatolika ke lo.
Udokotela omlungu.
Angisazi ngoba kuyindiya.
Oyindiya.
Mangasakhumbula ukuthi udokotela ubani.
So watshelwa nje ukuthi wena uzoshona njengoba ungafuni ukwenza lento.
Hayi nami ngingasabisa lokho vele ngiseyinhlungweni vele zakhona lokho ukuthi navese ngikanje.
So bubuphi isibhedlela lokusona sibuphi?
Kamagwaza Hospital.
Khona la endaweni yaseMelmont. Oh, okay. And then yini le ufuna ukuthi EFF ukusize ngale daba lakho?
Ngicela ukuba ena uthi angazi noma mhlawumbe kufunakala kube into enkulu kodwa nje ukuthi yena ngigcina ngibonile ukuthi ngagcina ngibatholini abantwana mangigcina ngingabatholanga ke kube nesinxephezelo salokho ngoba phela manje ngifana nomuntu okhubazekile nje kahle ngoba phela ngisaphinde angazi ngeke ngisho ukuthi ngeke ngisaphinde bangiyasho ukuthi angazi noma bangivala into kaDu noma bangibopha isikhashana abangichazela.
So abakuchazela ukuthi so mangingena la ngaphandle ushilo ukuthi manje senenkinga ngathi unokukhula.
Yebo senginenkinga yokopha mangabe ngingene endaweni yami ngisebenzisa amaphempasi ngoba amalokho phuma ngawale. Angazi ngesinyeni sami ukuthi kwenzakalani. Ngake ngasihlolela futhi isibeletho ukuthi asinayo lento le. Khona lokho kuthiwa kuhlolwa isinyeni. Ngathola ukuthi bathi khona into abayibonayo esabhamzanyana la ngaphakathi. So bangijova banginikeza amaphilisi. Kwaqhuma into esa-discharge angazi
ukuthi kuyenza i-pap smear.
Angazi kwakuyini lo discharge leyo ukuthi kwakungeyani ke ngangenza
i-pap smear.
Yebo ngoba ngangibona lokho isinye singihlupha. So ke kodwa kwase kumake emveni kokuthi kumeke kwase kuba yilompolompolo lokhuza wegazi ke mangabe ngene endaweni yami.
Okay, so unengane ezingaki manje? Unengane ezimbili. Ezintathu. So awusazi akusayenzeki lutho enesibhedlela abakutshela ngalutho ukuthi wenza inhloko uvala kanjani. Okay. No, I know. So uthe EFF ufuna ukusize ngoku at least if ungayenzeka
ukuthi mangabe mhlawumbe impilo yami vele ngiyibona isicayi ngoba lokho ngimenza kanjena nje angazi noma nginomdlavuza noma kanjani la esibelethweni. Mhlawumbe vele ngigcina ngivele kwayilezi ingane ngishiyile kanti anginababa nginamama nje yimi nje.
Alright. No,
ingisize mhlawumbe ngokuthi yena uma ngabe ngezikwazi ukulapheka okungcono kube khona isinxephezelo sokuthi vele ngifana nomuntu okhubazekile ngisho umuntu wami engizwana naye nasemzini lapho engangithi ngihle ngakhona bathi ngifana nomuntu ongazali kodwa ngibe ngiyazi ukuthi mina ake ngazala before.
No, sikuzwile sisi. Sizwile, and then we will see as EFF ukuthi sizokulekelela kanjani. Lo fanele ukwazi ukuthi umuntu akavali ngenkani. Especially bayenza iphutha kakhulu kabi ukuthi asona batshela ukuthi ngivale ngoba une-3 yengane or lento
affectekile plus ngiqalwa nayi-TB plus futhi ingane yami ngingangazi nanokuthi izophila babayikhipha ngenyanga ka-8 bathi uma be-check-a bona bathi sesebhamuzini ngoba bangikhipha ngenyanga ka-8 ziwu-26.
Going forward with the women who are currently having issues, I think the health system should be open for a discussion. First of all, what are the needs of these women, whether it's psychological, whether it's clinical intervention. Those things must be afforded to these women, and more importantly, give people a chance to tell their story, give people a chance to be heard, because that's also one of the big things that women struggle with, is they feel like they're not seen and they're not heard.
We acknowledge and appreciate the confidence the women of our country has shown by coming out and willing to fight against illegal sterilization. Majority of the women are African women who mostly cannot afford the legal battles and are even victims of stigmatization in their rural communities. As the organization of the victimized, we are confident that our organization will honor its commitment and bring dignity and restoration to our people.